Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am doing the second part of my July project life. So I'm using the exact same collection, so it's the Carta summer collection, mainly using the 6x6 paper pad, but I have a few of these little 3x4 cards left from the cut apart sheet. So I'm just going through and picking out two of these. I've got a lot of smaller photos this time, I feel like I did last time, but I've got a lot of smaller photos, so I'm just picking out some of the papers to go behind them. So that's what I'm starting to do. So the paper that I just put under the photo of my brother and his cake, I went for the lemon paper because it was a lemon cake. I always look at that paper and I don't know why, but it's so much darker than all of the other papers. I don't know why the blue behind the lemons isn't the same blue as in the rest of the collection, or it is, but it somehow with the yellow it just seems so much darker. So I tend to struggle to use that paper, but I thought it's a lemon cake, I'm gonna go for it. It's gonna be a lemon themed one, so I picked that one out, and then kind of to balance the busy papers, I've gone for this busy floral at the top. Also because it's going to be covered up by quite a lot of photos, and I know I'm going to add a label for each of the photos, so it just seems to make sense to kind of pick a busier paper for that. So I've also picked a busy paper for the one under the photos of the animals, because again I'm thinking not much of it's going to show by the time I've got both of those photos on that 1 3x4 card, so I'm kind of thinking that will be perfect for just covering over. So I've just gone to get the Simple Stories, is it Celebrations collection? It came out this year, the one that's all to do with birthdays and celebrating. I got it because I thought, it'd be perfect just for birthdays like this, where I pull it in and the sticker sheet's perfect just so that I can make the 6x4 card a bit more birthday themed without having kind of make the whole page birthday themed. So just have a few stickers and stuff that kind of make that feel like a birthday. So I really got to utilise that with this 6x4 card. I actually ended up using it quite a lot because of my graduation, so a lot of it's just general celebration type things, like this banner just says celebrate, and a lot of congratulations and stuff like that. So that's been really good for my graduation. I will have another graduation for my masters in December, so I'm sure I'll be using a lot more of that. Lots of graduations this year just because my undergraduate one got delayed by a year, so that added. So like I said, I wanted to just get like the happy birthday stickers out and used. I thought there'd be a lot more happy birthday stickers than there were, because I kind of remember trying to avoid them when I was using it for the graduation, but when I was looking through specifically for happy birthday ones, I was like, where are they? Where are all these happy birthday phrases? But this ends up being quite busy, but it covers up a lot of the lemons, but I think it ends up working quite well. So I go for that label kind of so I can talk about the cake, because it is a bit of a awful looking cake. It is probably the worst cake I've ever made in my life, minus one cake, which I made on my friend's 7th birthday, and we decided we wouldn't use a recipe, and we were 7, so that did not go well. So yeah, I don't know what happened, it just went all wrong. The top cake just crumbled, and yeah, that made it look awful, because I tend to do it as a pretty naked cake, like just looking at the cake and just icing, and it just went horribly wrong, so that looks absolutely awful. Anyway, so I'm sorry, but in the lighting in the video is going to go a bit funny in a moment. I was really trying to get through this quite quickly because the sun was going down, and it's winter here in the UK, so it starts getting dark at like 4 p.m, so I knew that I was in a race against the clock to kind of get it all done, and so that was I didn't quite manage to finish it. I think I had to go away and do something quickly, so it ended up getting quite dark. I was trying to record videos again today, and it was just dark all day, so I'm having to sort out kind of my lighting. I think I've got my lamp on in this, but I'm trying to sort out the lighting, 'cause today it was just like dark all day. So yeah, So I end up placing these photos on quite straight, which sounds like, yeah, placing them straight, but I tend to normally make them quite like tilted to add a bit of interest. But I thought it was quite nice, and then it created 3 other kind of spots where I could put the labels. So these photos are pretty random photos. The photo of the car dashboard is because my car hit 100,000 miles, and I was driving back from Leeds, which is a 2.5 hour drive, and I was going, it's going to do it while I'm driving along the motorway and I won't be able to pull over and take a photo. But it managed to do it just as I got off the motorway, going into my village, so I was able to pull over, take a photo. And then by the time, and I was so close to my house that I was like, do I just wait until I get to my house? But when I did get to my house, it was 101 miles. So I'm glad that I did pull over and take the photo, just because, you know, it's a once in a car's lifetime. So I thought that was quite fun. It is my first car, so that I feel like that's something that I will want to remember. You know, getting the most out of this car, and the poor old cars to go between Leeds and York and Cambridge, and it just goes all over the place. That should be stopping soon. So I've got the final ones of these Maggie Holmes puffy sticker sheets. So like the cake ones have been kept because it just didn't make sense for cakes for ages. So I was really glad to get them used up on a picture of my brother with the cake. And then this house one looks really cute up here in the end, and then I think, oh, it looks a bit floaty, so then I go and get this border strips, and that reminds me of the border strips, and I end up using quite a lot of those. They're not border strips, I guess they're kind of washi tapes, but they feel more like border strips. But to be honest, they work better than the washi tapes because they are cardstock, so you can kind of layer them on top of other busy patterns. Whereas with washi, you can't really put it on busy areas, which is why I think I struggle so much with it. I thought about putting the final bit like up on the other one, but then I thought that is just covering up most of the card, so then what's much point? I really like that bow on those flowers. I think that looks really cute. And then I just have a couple of those ones, and I've hearts, and I've completely finished that. So I'm just putting that packaging aside because it's really cute, and I thought might as well make that into a 3x4 card. I ended up doing that for that Anna Rosie Studio one that I ended up using up. Was it Rosie? I can't remember. Anyway, another packaging I used up, I did that for. So I'm just going through the Carta Summer sticker book and kind of just trying to find some little things for embellishments. I do find that the sticker bits don't have enough small bits. Like, they are small if you were like, they're like almost too small for a 12x12 layout, but they're not quite small enough for Project Life sometimes. I mean, I guess that is also my style. Like, I like a lot of tiny scattery bits, and that's why I think I'm really enjoying using wooden, why can't I think of the name of them, wooden embellishments, just because I've bought some off AliExpress, so I've been able to really use the smaller ones. So I went away and did all of my journaling. Just kind of, I find if I leave the journaling until too late, I add too many scattery bits, and then once I add the journaling in, it looks really cluttered, because obviously when you use the bigger labels, they are quite big areas of white space. So I think it's really good to go in and do your journaling quite soon, like get the photos, journaling down, and then kind of start thinking about embellishing, almost, unless there's something you know that you definitely want to include. So I've just been using those other puppy stickers, which I can't think of the collection. It's that Spanish collection, and I only got the puffy stickers because they're on sale. I can't think what that collection is called at all. These are the little wooden stars that I was talking about. I've gone for stars, and a little spoiler, I think in my last video I said I don't know whether to use the same collection or not. I've ended up using the same Carta Summer collection for August just because I love it so much. But I've changed to my little heart in wooden bits so that, you know, you can tell that it's a different month. But maybe, you know, just justifying it in my head of why I'm using the same collection. I do like to use different things and make the months feel very different so that you can tell when you're flipping through the album. But I do kind of feel like in my head that July and August are just the school holidays here, and that's all I can think, and they always just end up blurring into one. even with my photos, I've kind of ignored like the months a bit, because it's a bit funny because my grandma and cousin came for the last 5 days of July and then the majority of August, so I've kind of made August just while they're there, and then I've budged the last week of August over into September because I think I only had 2 photos for that, and kind of moved the bit where they were July into August. So although that's technically not quite right, it was way more easier in terms of my layouts, keeping all of the photos with them in together, because we did a lot while they were here. So they will be the next few Project Life spreads that go up on my channel. So I'm very excited to do that. I've done one of them, the first layout, and I've got the other ones to do, and I feel like I just keep saying it, I just love this collection so much. I feel like I need to even go in and see if they've got more, or maybe not, because then that's just getting obsessive. I need to go and see if there's any other kind of summary collections. When I bought some other summary collections, I've gone for like bright ones, and I just don't like the bright collections, so I think that's where I struggle. I need to look at more collections that have kind of these more colour palettes. But then again, that's just going to look the same. Anyway, I'm just waffling on at this point. So I'm using my glue pen, which I absolutely love, and I got from Paper Maze, to just go around and stick all of the wooden bits down. I find it works really well for it, especially if they're going in a pocket page. They don't really need anything that strong to hold them on. I hope it will keep them there forever, but who knows. It's very easy to do in the moment. So that is my layout. If you've enjoyed it, please consider giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. Let me know down below in the comments what your favourite scrapbooking collection is. I think that this might be my favourite scrapbooking collection. So let me know what yours is. And I will hopefully see you in my next video. Goodbye.